All right, guys, 2 nights, 20 candidates. What stood out? What are the big moments that you're going to be thinking about a week from now?
20 candidates. Too many candidates.
Too many candidates. Did that take away from the conversation for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely did. There was just like so little time for each candidate to actually go into their policy. It was kind of frustrating that half the time, especially in the second debate, was just spent on attacking other people rather than maybe going to how they actually want to help the country.
And Joy, I saw you shaking your head when we were talking about Kamala, and you had a pretty strong reaction to a lot of what she said tonight in that exchange with her and Biden. What was resonating for you there?
She has been able to kind of promote this idea of trying to reform this system, but she herself has not acknowledged how she has contributed towards that system as well. I personally feel like she should sit down and acknowledge specific actions that she has done, apologize from it, and then move on from there. And I think that's going to be the best way that she's going to try to attract many people from different perspectives.
No one challenged Kamala tonight, though.
No one challenged her.
She was the one putting Biden in the hot seat. Is that a win for her?
I mean, I think it's a win, but it's what you were saying. You know, right now she's running on all about this helping families, and when in her position as Attorney General, she basically was looking up parents who weren't with their kids and they couldn't take them to school. So, you know, it's like, okay, you're running for families, but in your position, you were sending parents to jail.
Let's talk about Bernie Sanders, because young voters are what really lifted him up in the last election and what brought him to where he is today. How did he do in connecting with younger generations tonight, and in connecting with people, period?
I don't think he did a good job at all, and I think it's going to be very interesting as this primary process plays out to see who occupies that progressive wing of the Democratic Party, because Elizabeth Warren does a very good job of detailing her plans and articulating them. Tonight it seemed like every time he got to Senator Sanders, he was pivoting back to Wall Street, the 1%, the rich. It just seemed like the same thing over and over again.
Did you feel like you were getting the stump speech?
Yeah.
But I trust that stump speech. It's what I've heard, and it's what we've consistently heard for 4 years at this point. And I like that he is affirming my trust in him, and I like that he is consistently for something.
We gotta just talk real quick about Marianne Williamson.
I think that the sentiment behind her peace and love message is very sweet and very refreshing, especially in this time of kind of mudslinging.
I mean, people definitely got some stuff to tweet about from her.
Oh, I think she definitely caught people's attention. I think people are going to be talking about Marianne Williamson, at least next couple of days.
One thing I will say that I actually liked about Williamson is that she did raise an interesting point about reparations. When we think about how we as a nation think about the racial history of our country, we don't often think about how slavery and these forms of racial segregation have implemented generations of inequity and violence against black folk. I think it's important for us to think critically about how we're going to go about reforming the criminal justice system and reforming the way cities are kind of maneuvered and the way the police state works to make sure it's equitable and fair and not terrible for folks of color, and particularly black communities.
I completely agree with you on that point, and even more, I feel that she should have focused more on that, considering that she is a candidate that has the most specific policy for reparations. She actually has a plan set up in regards to reparations towards the African-American community. I think that she needs to fight more during these debates. She kind of just sits there and lets others speak over her, which is not really the quote-unquote presidential image that we would want in this country. So if she is able to qualify for the next debate, I need to see her fight. I need to see her be able to really hold her own in that conversation. But if not, she can always be the next spiritual advisor to the next president.
There you go, spiritual advisor, a cabinet position. She's got it made.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.